Vladimir Putin is a former KGB operative. He understands the importance of television. He understands the importance of image. Is it possible that he's using you to send a message?
Perhaps he is.
That isn't really a true one, that he doesn't really want peace.
Okay, well then what? He's certainly, it's an elaborate ruse, but he knows that I'm not going to change American policy. But what I'd like to do is contribute to a consciousness of what he's saying.
You have had unparalleled access to Vladimir Putin for a Western filmmaker. What do you hope all that access is revealing about him?
I would hope it would lead to a serious, interesting discussion about world affairs, particularly U.S. and Russia.
Сегодня это внешнеполитический инструмент Соединенных Штатов. Там нет союзников.
He lays out a world that we don't know. You know, Russia is referred to rather malevolently in the Western media, but let's get beyond those images, those caricatures, and that's what I want to do.
Is it your impression from these hours of interviews that Vladimir Putin genuinely wants a better relationship with the West?
Absolutely. There's just no doubt in my mind. He referred to the United States consistently as our partner. I never heard a bad word. There was some criticism, misunderstanding. He said, I didn't understand why our partners were doing this. And the Ukraine point and the Syrian point. When he explains Ukraine, he explains it in a way that perhaps a Westerner can understand that the Russians look at this completely differently than we do. So I have to wonder, where is the threat that we talk about? Where the NATO commanders are perhaps exaggerating this to make sure that the alliance stays together, and they've implied that Russia's behind everything in the West that goes wrong.
What we're concerned about is
Нас беспокоит практика принятия решений.
You asked Vladimir Putin directly, did Russia hack the US election? And he tells you it's all lies. Do you accept that?
He didn't put it that way, but he thought it was a preposterous statement.
But did you believe him when he said
Oh,
that
absolutely.
Russia didn't?
I absolutely believe that there's all smoke and no fire there.
Would you agree with President Donald Trump then when he says that stories about Russia hacking to influence the US election are fake news?
Oh, definitely, yeah. As Putin said, I think it's an internal political battle in America. And I think it's worked. I mean, it's obscured the possibility of resetting the relations. It's stalled everything.
You've spent all this time with a man who has been called a ruthless opponent, accused of killing his political opponents. Did you ever worry that you might be unwittingly a tool of Putin propaganda?
If I was, then, you know, it's certainly an adventure, but I don't buy those old spy wars. You know, the English are great at inventing James Bond sort of scenarios. I didn't see him as Dr. No. He's a very rational man.